So Kurt's been telling me for years about all these crazy trails that nobody knows about, that are forgotten mining trails that are starting to get brushed out, and telling me I gotta come check them out and explore with them. So finally made some time and got out here.
Hey Steve, how's it going?
How you doing today?
Good. Just my buddy Eric's in town. We're gonna
Do
some riding, and just wanted to show him this old map that you got here on the wall.
Yeah,
I found the map one day when I just came in to order some food, and I'm an old map hunter. So I was immediately attracted to it while I was waiting for my food. I'm just scanning the whole thing going, wow, I didn't know there was a trail over here. I didn't know there was a trail there.
And there's all these trails all over the place here that are not on the new maps. It's kind of the last bit of history that shows where these things are.
It's this area, the Lost Sierra region. I mean, this was the epicenter of the 1849 gold rush. And there's all kinds of historic artifacts and old mines and equipment and old trails and so many interesting things to go and see and explore. I also heard a rumor there's like an old cool cabin in this zone. You never know what you're gonna find out there.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. That's what I'm out here for. You've been telling me about these hidden trails. Let's go find them. Yeah, so these days, if you want to go mountain biking, it's really easy. Everything's on Strava and Trail Forks and whatever, so you can find trails all over the place. But after you've ridden a bunch of trails, it's kind of fun to try and find something different. And so Kurt and I have been looking for trails that are not on maps and not on your GPS, and something you gotta go find yourself.
The climbs are brutal. These old prospectors, you know, they were more interested in getting to the top of the mountain in the shortest amount of distance. I mean, these gradients are steep. There's detritus in the trail, so sticks, loose rocks. You got about 8 to 10 inches to work with on the trail, and if you get outside that 8 to 10 inches, it all of a sudden just disappears into duff. So you gotta be really tight on the bike and tight on your line selection.
So back in the 20s and 30s, the Forest Service went through and inventoried all the trails out here. And when they did that, they put basically an eye cut into the tree bark. That looks like a trail right there.
Yeah, this is the old blaze right here. You can see they hacked this lowercase I with a hatchet, and it's kind of grown in, and it was a trail indicator. It marked the path of the trail.
If you got a trail on this map, and then you can go to the area and look for the blazes on the trees, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together and find a route. We've had a little bit of difficulty here and there finding these trails. Some of them are just completely grown over and gone, and some of them just need to get brushed out, just clipping the sides of the trail to open them back up again.
Yeah, there's lots of old equipment that lays around on the sides of the trails. There's like old Pelton wheels and stamp mills and pulley wheels, and I've come across ore carts.
Ton of trails that are on this map or not on this map, or even on newer maps, that are just a lot of hard work to get to, or really rough, or super steep climb or something like that. And so it's been cool to try to find these hard trails that just don't get ridden that much.
It's cold, real cold. Shivering.
That's a lot of fun to me.
Ready?
Yep.
Cool. Rolling.
trip's been great so far. We've been looking for new trail during the day, or old trail that is, as well as riding some of the classic stuff, and then camping out at nights at these beautiful spots on lakes, and it's yeah, a pretty sweet trip.
Just came up the hill. That's the Forest Service trail crew out there. They are decommissioning this section of trail. Today is the last day for us to ride Deer Lake Trail before it becomes the PCT. So this is our final opportunity, and we're going to take advantage of it.
It is just kind of mind-boggling to have the same piece of dirt that's legal one day and then illegal the next day. But that's how things work, I guess.
Inside the household was sleeping. Upstairs in an army car, I was dreaming of motorbikes, hillsides and mountains, Portuguese beaches and old Spanish fountains afloat. Was my friend, he showed me. He looked excited, I followed his finger which pointed right out.
These days there's a lot of mountain bike specific trails opening. There's a lot of trails that are getting close to mountain biking as well. And it kind of feels like we're going like the third option, which is find the old trails that everyone's forgotten about and ride those, which is kind of cool.
It's late September in the Sierra Nevada, which is usually like prime time, and it's just been one of the most wonky weeks of weather I've ever seen up here.
We're heading up to this old mining cabin that's been kind of taken care of, and it's private, but it's public domain, I guess. So yeah, people just take care of it, and we're gonna go stay up there and check out these old mines and some other sweet trails up here. It's dumping snow, and couldn't be happier. So we woke up this morning at this crazy cabin. Snowed all night long. It was just dumping. There's inches of snow on the ground, and this dirt handles it great. So we got up as quick as we could, had a good breakfast, and got out. We've been blazing trail. I think another part to finding these old trails is that bikes are better than they've ever been. So we can monster truck over things that you couldn't ride on a rigid bike hardly. You'd bounced off your bike and rattle your teeth out, but bikes are pretty sweet now. So these old rugged trails are really fun.
I'm not religious. I don't go to church. This here is my church. Sunset, La Sierra. It's a very special place. Can you see it? It almost came out. It almost came out.